श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। वागीशाद्यास्पन्दं सर्वार्थानां उपक्रमेण त्वाकृतकृत्या स्थितं नमामि गजाननं। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तुतितराणितनाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोः भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धो रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासना प्रमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षे हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानवान् वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्रीसत्यसायिनं मन्त्रयामिनम्। दोर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भुजस्फटिकमणिमयीमक्षमालां ददानास्ते नैकेन बद्धं शतमभिषेकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा गुन्तेन्दु शङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा समाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयं निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरमधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं भूष्पदीकृतवागीशमशकीकृतराक्षसम्। रामायण महामाला रत्नमन्दे अनिलात्मजमञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करमुल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धोः सलिलं सलिलं यशोकवन्यं जनकात्मजाय आदाय तेनैव ददाहलङ्कां नमामि तं प्राञ्जलिराञ्जनेयम्। आञ्जनेयमलिपाटलाननं काञ्चनाद्रिकमणीयविग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र प्रथमस्ताञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं राक्षसान्तकम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। वेदवेद्ये परे वंशजाते दशरथात्मजे वेदपराचेतदासी साक्षात् रामायणात्मना। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। वैदेही सहितं सरुद्रमदले हेमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्पकमासने मुनिमये वीरासने सुस्थितमग्रे वाचयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वमुनिभ्यः परं व्याख्यान्तं भरतादि विपरीतं रामं भजे श्यामळं। वामे भूमिसुता परश्चोन्मान् पश्चात् सुमित्रा सुतः शत्रुघ्नो भरतश्च पार्श्वतुल्यो वैवाहिकोणेषु सुग्रीवश्च विभीषणश्च विराट् तारास्तौ जाम्बवान् मध्ये नीलसरोजकोमलरुचिं रामं भजे श्यामळम्। नमोस्तु रामाय लक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजाय नमोस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः। जानकीकान्तस्मरणं आञ्जनेय स्वामी की। अंजना सुप्रजा येन मातरिश्वा च सुव्रता हनुमान् वानरश्रेष्ठः प्राणान् धारयति क्वचित्। अस्मिन् जीवति वीरे तु हतमप्यहतं बलं हनूमत्युज्जितप्राणे जीवन्तोऽपि मृता वयम्। Jambavan reveals the great glory of Hanuman to everybody by giving him the greatest honor even above that given to Sri Rama or Sugriva by saying, is Hanuman safe? If he is alive, all of us are. If he is not, then none of us are. On hearing these words, Hanuman comes and falls at the feet of Jambavan. ततो वृद्धमुपागम्य विनयेनाभ्यवादयत् गृह्य जाम्बवतः पादौ हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः। Although he is being praised in this manner, held high above everybody else, the said Hanuman comes to Jambavan. How does he come now? Vinayena abhyavadayat. Vinayena, with absolute humility, utter humility. He comes there. Jambavan is lying down, unable to even open his eyes. But Hanuman falls at his feet, clasps his feet. Grihya Jambavatah Padav. Holds Jambavan's feet with great respect. Vriddham Yena, elderly person. The humility of Hanuman is his greatest ornament. Humility without strength is nothing noteworthy. There are people who are utterly useless. Intelligence, zero. Strength, zero. Self-control, zero. Speech, zero. But ella zero. They have a lot of humility. Naturally, they better have humility. Having nothing else, at least they should have humility. Yeah, at least they should have humility. But possessing all kinds of talents and strength and still possessing humility is what sets Hanuman apart. Looking at that Hanuman, Jambavan says, Hanuman Agacha Harishardhula Vanaram Strathmarhasi. You alone should protect all the Vanaras. You alone are capable of protecting all the Vanaras. This is the time for you to exhibit your prowess once again. Nobody else can accomplish this task. Bring joy to all the monkeys, bring joy to Rama and Lakshmana, bring them all back to life. If you fly to the Himalaya mountain, above from that Himalaya mountain, you'll be able to see a golden mountain called Rishabha. From there, you'll be able to even see Kailasha Parvatam. Kailasha, in between these two peaks, there will be a flaming mountain covered with all kinds of medicinal herbs. 4 specific medicinal herbs grow upon this particular mountain. எது அப்படின்னா மிருத சஞ்சீவனி அப்படின்னு ஒரு herb. There is a herb called Mrita Sanjeevani. Mrita na dead, Sanjeevani na reviver. Mrita Sanjeevani literally means reviver of the dead, a herb that can bring back the dead to life. Vishalya Karani appadinu another herb which can get rid of all kinds of poisons and toxins from the body. Suvarna Karani appadinu oru herb that can bring back the golden complexion, life complexion back to the body. Even though all kinds of injuries have happened, cosmetic surgery ki best amadu. Mrita Sanjeevani which brings life back, Vishalya Karani which is the greatest detox. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த சுவர்ணகரணி which brings back a person's complexion, heals the person's externals, plastic surgery மாதிரி. And finally Sandhani will join broken bones. இப்போ என்ன வேணும்? One can bring the dead back to life, other can remove all poisons and toxins accumulated in the body, another one can take care of the external skin and bring it back to a flawless, blemishless state, and the fourth one can join broken bones. If there are 4 herbs, bring these 4 herbs. With these help of these 4 herbs, we can revive everybody. Abdina, Jambavan suggests to Hanuman. Hanuman immediately takes a huge form, jumps. Earlier, the feat that he had performed earlier was nothing compared to what he is doing now, because earlier all he had done was crossed over the ocean from the southern tip of the Indian subcontinent to Lanka. Now what is he doing now? From that Lanka, he is going all the way up to Himalayas. Crossing the entire length of the subcontinent, is going all the way to the north to the Himalaya. And on the way, he sees everything. Brahma Lokathalerந்து, Indra Lokathalerந்து, every loka he is able to see. Surya Lokathalerந்து, seeing all the lokas, he is going there. Abadiya, he goes to this particular spot that has been mentioned by Jambavan. And when he goes there, he can see that golden mountain that is flaming with brilliance of light. And all these herbs are divine herbs, they are emitting light. But as soon as he goes there, seeing that some stranger has come, immediately all those herbs, they are sentient herbs, they hide. They go into hiding. The Bhadrane Hanuman becomes very angry. He says, I have come here for the sake of Sri Rama, who is the benefactor of the entire world. You herbs are not even willing to be of service to Sri Rama. You want to preserve your own life. You are hiding from me. Do you think you can prevent me from taking you all? He breaks off the peak of that mountain where all these herbs are found, and lifting that peak of that mountain, he comes flying back once again to Lanka. When he comes back to Lanka, those few monkeys that are still alive roar in joy and delight because he went to buy herbs, but he brought back the mountain upon which the herbs grow. He brought the mountain, placed it down, the very presence of the herbs itself brought back all the dead monkeys back to life. But specifically, only the monkeys were brought to life, not the Rakshasas. How can the herbs be discriminating like this? Not because of that. Ravana was very meticulous, it seems, that every single Rakshasa who fell down dead was immediately disposed of, because he did not want the enemy to get any idea of how strong or how weak they are. In order to prevent the monkey army from making an estimate of the numbers of Rakshasas fallen, as soon as a Rakshasa fell, immediately he was rescued. Even if he was dead, he was consigned to the ocean. He was put into the ocean. And nobody was allowed to remain there on the battlefield. And only dead monkeys were present. All the dead monkeys were brought back to life. All their broken bones were joined. All the poisonous arrows that had embedded themselves into the bodies of these monkeys, all the poisons were detoxified, and all the wounds were also healed. So all the monkeys, they felt as though the clock had been turned back. They were back to when they first arrived in Lanka with full energy, full vigor. Unfortunately, the Rakshasas were not able to get the benefit of this. The Rakshasas have been fighting a war for such a long time. Monkeys also have been fighting. This was a reset for the monkeys. Are fully rejuvenated. They are as though they are ready to start the battle. So it's been a very unequal status was found because of this. When all the monkeys came back, Sugriva gave an order to all the monkeys, we have got to announce that we are all back. How should we announce this? Or party. We have a big party. What is the aim of this party? Each one of you carry a burning torch. Go and set Lanka on fire. We will celebrate our revival by burning Lanka down. All the monkeys entered boldly into Lanka and set Lanka on fire. There are no more protectors in Lanka. They set Lanka on fire once again. All the Rakshasas, when Hanuman came and set Lanka on fire, they were contemplating on getting some kind of fire protection insurance. Ravana said, no need, no such thing necessary. When Lanka was set on fire, all the insurance companies are thinking we better add this clause. When we rebuild Lanka once again, then at that time we have got to definitely make sure that fire damages, go to a premium. Next day's battle once again starts. Several of the remaining Rakshasas come out. Kampana, Prajanga, they come out and they are killed by Angada. Shonitaksha, Rakshasan, is killed by Dvivida. Yupaksha is killed by Mainda. Kumbha and Nikumba are the sons of Kumbhakarna. His name is Kumbhakarna. His son's name is Kumbha. Nur son Nikumbha. Imaginative names. Kumbha and Nikumba also come out to fight, wanting to have revenge upon their father. Kumbha is killed at the hands of Sugriva. Nikumba comes out to fight. Hanuman kills Nikumba. Ravana is running low on people to send. Makaraksha. There is another fellow called Makaraksha. Makara shark. Makaraksha shark-eyed. I do not know if his eyes look like a shark. Shark's eyes. Whether his eyes look like shark eyes, whether his eyes itself are like a shark. And Meenakshi, eyes are like a fish, not fish eyes. Meenakshi, we celebrate Meenakshi. Ambal in Madurai is called Meenakshi. It means her eyes are shaped like a fish. Doesn't mean her eyes resemble the eyes of the dead eyes of a fish. Makarakshan, shark mari pectoral, the fins Makarakshan. He is the son of Khara. Khara Dushana in Janasthana, Khara's son Makaraksha is sent by Ravana. Ravana Chora, chance, Rama is the one who killed your father, go have revenge. Makaraksha comes to fight. And Rama encounters Makaraksha. Makaraksha starts boasting. Today you will die. Rama Shola day. When Makaraksha boasts about, Rama tells him, why are you unnecessarily boasting? Kattase kim vrita bahunya asadrishanite narane shakyate jetum vina yuddena vagbalat. Rama Shola, Appa, in the war, nobody has ever won a war by speaking. He comes and starts looking at Rama and starts speaking a lot. Rama Shola, nobody has ever won a war before by merely speaking. You've got to fight. And I have killed your father also. Not only your father, 14,000 Rakshasas came with your father, along with his brother Tisharasa, Dushana, etc. I have killed all of them. Why are you unnecessarily talking in front of me? Rama kills Makaraksha. Once again, Indrajit comes out. Numbers are reducing drastically. It's a war of attrition. Again, Indrajit comes and once again fights a great war. Indrajit had a problem enna, Indrajit is very good at coming, fighting, and immediately becoming invisible and escaping. So they are not able to get a line on him. And then he comes and goes. And he's a great trouble to all of them. Adukuli, even as Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva, etc. are debating how to deal with Indrajit, Indrajit comes again, once again he comes to the battlefield. This time he brings Sita, a form of Sita with him. Partal, Indrajit's chariot flies into the sky, and in that chariot Sita Devi is seen. But all the monkeys are aghast. Hanuman especially recognizes because he's the only one who has seen Sita. The moment he looks at Sita, he says, alas, Devi herself has been brought out into this battlefield. What is the purpose? Even as everybody is looking, Rama, 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 and Sita is crying with great sorrow, holding her by the hair. Indrajit chops her head off. Indrajit chops her head off and then vanishes once again. The Pathodane Han Rama falls down. Alas, for the sake of whom we have come to fight, she herself, if she is dead, what is the point? Hanuman also comes and gives confirmation. Indeed, I saw with my own eyes Sita being decapitated. When Rama begins to lament, he falls into a swoon. The reason why we have come here to fight. Tyaktva pranan vicheshtanto Rama priya chikirshavah yannimittam hi yudhyamo hatasa janakatmaja. There's no more point in fighting this war for the sake of the person whom we came to fight. If she is dead now, what is the use of fighting? All the monkeys are demoralized. Rama is also plunged in sorrow. Lakshmana is looking at him and says, Anna, don't worry, at least I will have revenge. Let us at least have revenge. Even though we came here to recover Devi, she is lost to us, but at least let us kill the fellow who has done this dastardly deed. Lakshmana tries to console Rama. Children, Lakshmana is really frustrated. Lakshmana says, Anna, what happens a little while ago, Lakshmana, when they are debating on what to do to deal with Indrajit, Lakshmana says, I will use Brahmastra on this fellow, Indrajit. I will kill him using Brahmastra. But Rama says, no, don't do it. The Brahmastra is a very powerful astra. It should be used only on a person who can fully absorb the impact of Brahmastra. Brahmastra can be used against only a very powerful enemy where nothing else can kill him except Brahmastra, and he will absorb the entire force of it and die. There will be no collateral damage. On the other hand, if the Brahmastra power is not enough against the enemy, it will cause collateral damage. Everybody else also will be destroyed around it. Adanale, he says, for killing one person, you should not use this kind of a weapon of mass destruction, which can destroy everybody else also. Rama prohibits him from using Brahmastra. Then thereafter, Indrajit comes with Sita and chops her head off. Lakshmana chorna apve chonnene dharmam kattinde avidhele enna prayojanam appadinu kekara. Lakshmana says, what is the use of your stupid adherence to dharma? If adharma is going to cause punishment, Ravana should have fallen into hell for having taken Sita away. He is happy. For following dharma, what reward have you got? In front of your eyes, you saw Sita's head being chopped off and perished. If telling the truth should be helpful, for telling the truth, our father had to perish alone without any of his sons. Those who are following adharma are living happily. Those who are following dharma are suffering miserably. Lakshmana is pointing out a very logical argument. Ramayana, the whole of Ramayana, Mahabharata, any of those books you will find what happens, the adharmic people live happily. They live happily. The dharmic people suffer throughout. And even finally when the dharmic people win or succeed, that success doesn't last for very long, that also goes away. Ravana, he did adharma, he did so much adharma, but in the end what happened? He lived happily, only 10 days he suffered. Thousands of years he lived, 10 days suffering is okay, no? Rama on the other hand, from the moment, suffering, suffering. Do we not feel like that? Why should anybody practice dharma? A question will come. Anna, practicing adharma and living a happy life. Although it seems related, it's not related. The adharma done in a previous birth is what is coming and giving sorrow now. Dharma that has been done in a previous birth is what is giving good now. To understand it correctly. Adhyatma Ramayana, if you take books like Adhyatma Ramayana, it says very clearly Vishnu was subject to several curses, as a result of which he was born as Rama. Sakshat Tayare or curse Pandra. Devi herself gives a curse. Narada curses. Ibdiya, several people curse. As a result of all of those curses, the curse enna appadina, you have got to be separated from your wife. Appadina or curse. So, if Rama is suffering, appadina, if you extrapolate and join the old story of those various Puranas, you will find for whatever action that has been done in the previous birth, right or wrong, it was done. The consequences of that alone are coming here today as in the form of the sorrow that Rama is suffering. The dharma that he is going to do now, what is it going to do? Krishna Avatarathala is going to have a happy time. Avatarama vachupame. I am not saying that Bhagavan is subject to karma. But even if we want to give an exam or explanation for it today now, Rama Avataram, next avatar is Krishna Avataram. In Krishna Avataram, Krishna was very happy. Sorrow, even though difficulties were there, but he was not unhappy, he was very happy. The dharma that he fostered in Rama Avatara comes to help him in Krishna Avataram. It may appear in a snapshot of time that the person who is doing dharma is suffering and the person who is doing adharma is rejoicing. However, that is only a small snapshot of time, a small window of time. If you look at the whole series of it, then you will find that the person who is enjoying now has done a lot of good previously. So what is the lesson that we learn? Whilst we are enjoying now as a result of all the good karma that we have done previously, we should continue to have that sadbhavana within us. We should not indulge in adharma just because we are happy now. Because that will mean in the future, this adharma will come home to roost. Lakshmana's argument is not valid. Lakshmana is saying it out of frustration. He says, what is the use of dharma? Dharma is only bringing sorrow. Dharma will not bring sorrow. Adharma alone can bring sorrow. Papa alone can bring sorrow. If Rama kashtapatare abhiyana. Did Rama sin abhiyana? If we say Rama did not sin, then the whole karma theory goes to a toss. So Rama also adritan. That is why in order to show that in Adhyatma Ramayana and so on, we have all these stories which hint upon previous curses. Why did a person curse? Chuma curse pannuvaana? Chuma therula pandravum curse pannuvaana? He has done something, Vishnu has done some injustice to that person, therefore he curses. For instance, Narada was cheated by being given a monkey face when he went to a Swayamvara. He became angry. He said, just you have separated me. I thought I will marry this princess. But you played a trick and gave me a monkey face. He came and said, I want Hari's face. Narada came to Bhagavan Hari, Srihari, and said, Hari, I want your face. But Bhagavan said, Tatastu. But the problem is, Hari also means monkey. Hari's face, you will have Hari face. Hari Mukham. Hari Mukham is monkey's face. He did not realize it. He thought he's looking handsome like Sakshat Narayana. Achanand Mari, I have this woman I want to get married to. She's having a Swayamvaram. She will come and choose her groom by herself. In order to impress her, I want to have a very beautiful face, a charming face like yours. Give your face to me. Okay. But he got a monkey face instead. Give Hari face, he got a monkey face. With that monkey face, then he went, everybody laughed at him. And the woman also did not choose him. On the other hand, Bhagavan himself came, Vishnu himself came and got garlanded by that woman. She was a devotee of Bhagavan. She was praying to unite with him. There's a separate track. Bhagavan has not done anything wrong, but as far as Narada is concerned, he was made the laughing stock of everybody by being given a monkey face. Adhanala he gave a curse. He said, you do not know the pain of being separated from somebody that you love. That is why you have played with me, this trick with me. I curse you, may you be separated from your loved one, and at that time, the only things that will come to help you are the monkeys. When Sita is separated from Sri Rama, monkeys alone are helping the recovery. Adharma. An act which otherwise could be dharmic, but every act has got consequences. Upon the consequences. Although here Lakshmana speaks about the uselessness and the futility of dharma, but that is not really the case, not really true. In the meantime, Vibhishana comes there, finds everybody wailing. He says, "What happened?" What happened? Why is everybody crying? This is what happened. Sita was killed. Sita was not killed. That was all an illusory trick. It is only a magical trick. The reason why Indrajit has done this is because he has exhausted all his powers in the battle that he has fought. He needs to go and replenish those powers. Adhanala he has gone to a place called Nikumbila where he is performing a yajna to propitiate Kali, the goddess, so that he can get those powers, so that he can come back again and fight. He needs to buy some time. He needs the time to perform this. That is why what he has done is he has done this kind of a trick to demoralize all of us, so that in the time while we are all sitting there and feeling so sad, he will go to Nikumbila and perform that sacrifice there and get all those powers. அங்கே ஒரு banyan tree இருக்கு. அந்த banyan tree நிக்கும்பிலான இடம். அங்கே போய் பண்ணுவான். Before he goes there and starts doing this, we have got to go and obstruct him instead of wasting our time crying here. Let us go now and fight. If we do so, then we will be able to win. அப்படின்னு Vibhishana comes and exhorts. Nobody knows where this secret place is. அதனால Vibhishana himself takes the monkeys. Ramar சொல்றார், "Hey Lakshmana, you go. Lakshmana, you go. Along with Vibhishana, along with Hanuman, Jambavan, Angada, etc., you go." அப்படின்னு with a contingent of the army, Rama allows Lakshmana to go to fight with Indrajit. Lakshmana comes there. All the monkeys come and disrupt the sacrifice. They do not allow the sacrifice to be performed. Indrajit is very angry. And he looks at Vibhishana and he says, "You are the traitor to our cause. You are the one that has cheated all of us. How can you do this thing? How can, being the uncle, how can you bring about the death of your own nephew? How can you directly be instrumental in this? He starts to scold him, abuse him variously. Vibhishana looks at him and says, "You are a child, you have no understanding of right and wrong. You're talking about dharma, adharma, etc. Your father was the one that kicked me out for saying good things to him. I did not want to leave him. If I wanted to leave him, I would have left a long time ago. I did not want to leave him." Even then, the Shastras say that a person that covets the property of another person or the wife of another person should be shunned just as much as a house on fire. If a house is on fire, will not the people in the house abandon it and go away? Will they say, "Alas, this is the house where I have lived for a long time. This poor house has sheltered me. Let me stay in this house and be burnt with it." And will anybody say? Just as they abandon a burning house, like that, the person who is performing this kind of adharma should be abandoned. Shastras themselves say. Therefore, I have not done anything wrong. In fact, if anything, I have done some good to all the Rakshasas, because only because of me they will survive. Today, you will not be able to live. Attacked by Lakshmana, you will not be able to survive. Vibhishana tells Indrajit. Then a battle starts. A battle. Several chapters worth battle it is. Several shlokas of battle between Indrajit and Lakshmana. Lakshmana, no matter how much he tries, he is not still able to get the upper hand on Indrajit. Despite the fact that Indrajit has exhausted most of his powers. Despite the fact that he has come here to do tapasya, do a bit of a yajna in order to get back some powers. Even though he is at a disadvantage, still he is so strong that even Lakshmana is not able to get an upper hand in the end. He takes an arrow. Arrow, Agni Astram, Vayu Astram, Andastram, Indastram, all of those astras were tried by Lakshmana to have no avail. All the various astras that Vishwamitra had taught him, all of them failed here. Kadashila Partha, ஒரே ஒரு அஸ்திரம் இருக்காம். Lakshmana invented an astra. வேற வழி கிடையாது. Necessity demands. அதனால he took up an arrow and he invented an astra. என்ன அஸ்திரானா? ஸ்ரீ ராமாஸ்திரம்னு பேர் இருக்கு. ராமாஸ்திரம்னு ஒரு அஸ்திரம். எப்படின்னா? தர்மாத்மா சத்யசந்தஸ்ச ராமோ தாசரதிர்யதி பௌருஷே ச அப்ரதித்வந்த்வஸ்ததைனம் ஜகிராவணிம். அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஆரோ எடுத்துட்டார். He said, if Rama, the son of Dasharatha, is true to dharma, dharma atma satya sandascha, if he is devoted to dharma and he is devoted to satya, to truth, then, and if he is of undefeatable prowess, then let this arrow that I am discharging now kill the son of Ravana. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அப்படி he releases the arrow. பெரிய டிஸ்கோர்ஸ் கொடுத்தார் இல்லையா? Lakshmana gave a big discourse to Rama. Anna, what is the use of dharma? What is the use of dharma? By following dharma, practicing dharma, we are suffering. Those who are practicing adharma are living happily. எல்லாம் சொன்னாலே அதுக்காகவே, just because of that, Lakshmana had this long drawn out protracted battle with Indrajit, unable to find any success. In the end, he takes an arrow and says, Dharmatma Satyasandascha Ramo Dashatiryaday Yadi Paurushe Apratidvandvaha Tadainam Jahiravanim. In the end, it is not Lakshmana's prowess that is winning the day. It is Rama's adherence to Dharma and Satya that is winning the day. If Rama is devoted to Satya and Dharma, then may this arrow make short work of Indrajit. When that arrow is released, then it goes and kills Indrajit. கடைசியில் what triumphs அப்படின்னா சத்யமேவ ஜெயதே. Truth alone will triumph. Dharma alone will triumph. One may perhaps get some short-term successes or quick gains and profits by sticking to adharma and asatya. Ana eternal profits in terms of atma shanti, atma samriddhi, it is not possible through these methods. Once again, Rama's adherence to satya and dharma are what established here. Sitayum appadane chonna ananya daivatvam yam kshamacha bhumaucha shaya niyamena sarvena ellam viphalam aiduthe. All the dharma that I practice have become useless. Appadina Sita laments. But in the end she says, if there is any dharma, then Shito Hanumata, fire be cool to Hanuman. Appadina, it is because of the dharma that fire became cool to upon Hanuman. It is because of Rama's dharma again that Lakshmana is able to conquer Indrajit. Indrajit also dies. Lakshmana comes back victorious. Tatha Rama Santosham Thangala. Rama is so happy, hugs him, embraces him, touches his whole body to see, are you hurt anywhere? Has it been too much of a struggle for you? Are you injured anywhere? Vishana is very embarrassed, very abashed at the praise that Rama is showering upon him. All the other monkeys also speak the glory of Lakshmana. Rama goes Santosham. Rama is extremely happy in the way in which Lakshmana has gone there and shown his great valor. And just as here, all the monkeys were celebrating the death of Indrajit, Ravana is totally distraught. Everybody has gone. His eldest son is also dead. He has to see finally what is the fruit of his adharma. Fruit. Yes, he only despaired for 10 days. But the 10 days was the horrible, most worst 10 days in anybody's life. In front of his eyes, he saw his brother killed. He saw his sons killed. He saw all the people. He is the last one to die. Yeah, he's the last one today. And the 10 days were living hell for him because all the friends that he was so fond of, all the brothers that he was so fond of, all the people that were working under him, loyal to him, serving him, his sons, so many sons, all of them one by one are being sacrificed at the altar of war. And then he is living to see all of that. In the end, that is the greatest punishment that could be awarded to Ravana. In a death to Ravana was only a release. This was the punishment that was given to him prior to that death, prior to that release. He's so angry, he's so beside himself with grief and despair that he decides to kill Sita. He says, Sita, you are responsible for all of this. Sita is responsible. What did she do? What did she ever do? Sita is the one who is responsible for all of this. He said, it is because of Sita. She is the one that did all kinds of things. Because of her, my child Indrajit was killed. Adanala, he went there and Indrajit went there and killed an illusory image of Sita. I shall make that into a reality and I will finish Sita. He comes there, accompanied all the other wives of Ravana also accompany him. Some of the remaining ministers also come there. They are all coming to stop him from doing this deed. He comes there. I shall kill her. சுபார்ஷ்வா அப்படின்னு ஒரு மினிஸ்டர். எப்படிப்பட்டவன்னா ஒரு ஷீலவான் சுச்சிஹி அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். ஒரு நல்ல மினிஸ்டர். There is still one nice minister left behind. Vibhishana must have left him behind. Instead of taking everybody, he said, "You one person, you stay there. In case something untoward thing Ravana wants to do, you must prevent it from happening." Most likely, Vibhishana must have stationed somebody there for the sake of protecting Sita. Adhanal, the Suparshva comes there. He stops Ravana. He says, "How can you do such a thing? Go fight with Rama if you want. Anna, how can a valorous man like you, a warrior like you, take out his anger on a woman? Can there be a more despicable act for a man to do than to strike an unarmed, helpless, weak woman? Do not do this. Go and fight with Rama instead. One day Ravana also thinks about it and he finds some value in those words. He was angry, but just because he is angry doesn't mean he can take it out on a woman. He knows. Priya army sets out once again to fight with Rama. Rama destroys all of those Rakshasas who come there. Tatra, he destroys all of them. Calling together remaining generals that are present, Ravana himself marches into the battlefield once again. Angi may know all the monkeys are rejuvenated with the death of Indrajit. They know only Ravana is left. They start fight with redoubled intensity. Virupaksha, Rakshasa comes there and he is killed by Sugriva. Mahodara comes out. Mahodara, Mahaparshva and the minister Channo. Mahodara comes out. Sugriva kills Mahodara. Angada kills Mahaparshva. Ibriya, those two fellows are also killed. Kadachila, Rama and Ravana have an encounter. And they were Briya Shandapudra. Fast, going to. A description of how Rama and Ravana fight. Adila, in that fight, in the encounter with Rama and Ravana, Lakshmana is also there. Lakshmana is also fighting. What does Ravana do? He takes a javelin, Shakti, or a weapon. The spears were called Shaktis. The Shakti or weapon, he threw it at Lakshmana. It hit Lakshmana on the chest and Lakshmana fell down into a swoon. Lakshmana faints. On seeing Lakshmana fall, Rama is incensed. He starts showering arrows upon arrows on Ravana with such ferocity that Ravana swoons, Ravana faints and falls back into his chariot. Ravana's charioteer immediately drives him to safety. He takes him away from the battlefield and takes him away to safety. But Lakshmana is once again fallen. But then Rama starts his lament once again. Alas, even if victory is to be attained now, it is still useless because Lakshmana is lying like this. What will I go and tell Kaikeyi? What will I go and tell Kausalya? What will I go and tell Sumitra? What will I say to Bharata? What will I say to Shatrughna? How can I come back without Lakshmana? Hey brother, why are you still lying down? Why don't you get up and talk to me? Konjam drama nadakradinga. இப்படிலாம் நடக்கும்போது சுஷேனா அப்படிங்கிற மங்கி அங்கேருந்து வந்து சொல்றது, he says already we know the remedy for it. Why are you crying so much? We know the remedy. What is the remedy அப்படின்னா Sanjeevani herb தான் இருக்கே அப்படின்னா. What is Hanuman done அப்படின்னா, Hanuman has gone and taken back the mountain there. Wow. And it doesn't belong here. எடுத்துன்னு போயிட்டாரு. பட் வச்சுக்கலாம் ஒரு எமர்ஜென்சி சப்ளை பக்கத்துலேயே வச்சுட்டு after the war he can take it back. You are the business of a war. You have found a medicine. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்னா, you should keep that medicine by your side. முடிக்கிற வரைக்கும் after the war finishes you can always take it back. அவர் கொண்டு போய் அவசரமா கொண்டு போய் வச்சுட்டாரு. பட் அவசரம் கொடுக்கியா என்னவோ தெரியல அவருக்கு. இப்படி கொடுங்க இனிமே சண்டே ஒண்ணுமே ஆகாது நமக்கு. விஷயம் என்ன பண்ணாலும் தெரியாது. பெட்டர். We don't know what the thought process was among all the monkeys and Rama, Lakshmana, everybody, etc. at that time. Because here is, you've got medicines, you've got herbs that can bring the dead back to life. Wouldn't you want to keep it there? He restores it. And there is a reason for it also. Will any herb grow anywhere? A herb that grows in the cold regions of Himalaya, will it ever grow in Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka, we went to Sri Lanka in December. You know how hot it was in December? We asked them, they said, come to Sri Lanka. They said, okay, fine. Which is the best time to go? Come in December, that's winter. December, December was so hot. Just like, freezer products or fridge products, you can't leave it outside for too long. It had to spoil. Another Hanuman had to go and return it. So once again, but at least we know where it is. Adanal immediately they tell him, bring back Vishal Yagarani, Suvarnagarani, Sanjeevagarani, Sandhani, idella kondu vaango appadina. Seri na kendha oda kalambra. Once again he jumps back, goes back to the mountain peak itself and then brings back the Vishal Yagarani vaduma in the title. Adanal he goes there. Once again he brings the whole that mountain peak, he shakes it 3 times and brings it back. வச்ச உடனே அதை வச்சு திருப்பியும் Sushena, a monkey called Sushena, is a kind of a doctor. Previously the very smell itself was enough. This time it is a bit severe. ஏன்னா அந்த deep injury இருக்கு. அதனால he takes the Vishalyakarani herb, Sanjeevani, etc. and brings Lakshmana back to life. உடனே everybody is so happy. Aha, luckily you've been brought back to life. அப்படின்னு everybody is so happy. But once again Hanuman goes and returns the mountain. அதில் ஒரு கதை சொல்லுவா. They say that when Hanuman was bringing the mountain back, a small portion of that mountain fell down in Tamil Nadu, near Kadalur. Kadalur பக்கத்தில் விழுந்துருத்துன்னு சொல்லுவா. அதுக்கு அந்த ஔஷதகிரின்னு பேர் இருக்கு. ஔஷதகிரின்னு இருக்கு நம்ம திருவேந்திபுரத்து பக்கத்தில் இல்லையா? அங்கே தானே இருக்கு, திருவேந்திபுரத்தில் தானே இருக்கு. திருவேந்திபுரத்தில் ஔஷதகிரி. That ஔஷதகிரி fell down there and the remaining portion of the mountain was kept back in that place in Himalaya. Interesting story. There is a small village up in the Himalayas where they do not worship Hanuman. Those villagers do not worship Hanuman. They do not like Hanuman. They do not like Hanuman because their belief is Hanuman took our mountain from here, but when he brought back, he did not bring back the whole mountain. He brought back the mountain missing a small portion. Therefore, we are unhappy with Hanuman. Abdina, they do not worship Hanuman in that small village up in the Himalaya. Where is Tamil Nadu? Where is Himalayas? A small village, their belief is that he did not restore the mountain completely. The belief in Tamil Nadu is that a small portion of the mountain fell down here. Appo, there cannot be any communication by which they can let's get our story straight. Actually, these two people cannot speak to each other to get this story right. This story is true. When two geographically separate groups of people have the same story, the story has to be right. Nowhere else the story is there. There is the story. And then he goes back and places that mountain there. Adukulla Ravana, who has been taken away by his chariot here, there's a bit of a lull, there's a bit of a gap. Appa Indra sends his chariot down in order to help Rama, because he is finally, I think they all woke up to the fact that Ravana comes in beautiful chariots each time to fight. Rama, who is fighting for the sake of the Devas, on behalf of the Devas, is standing on the ground and fighting with no help whatsoever. And then Indra finally decides, he sends Matari, his chariot here, along with his chariot. He sends that to aid Rama, sends it down to the earth in order so that Rama can stand on it and wage his war. Rama சொல்ற வேண்டாமே இவ்வளவு நாள் அனுப்பலையே வேண்டாமே. அவன் ஏன்னா இது Indra was sitting on the fence so far நினைக்கிறேன். Wasn't sure. Now that he saw that all of Ravana's side has been vanquished, only Ravana alone is left. And that too Ravana was reduced to such a plight where he had to flee the battlefield. அப்படின்னா most likely ஒரு betting pool வச்சு, what are the odds அப்படின்னு வச்சு, I think about 90% chance Rama will win the war தான் தோன்றது எனக்கு. அதனால now is the right time to send the chariot. அப்படின்னா இதுக்கு முன்னாடி in case he had sent the chariot earlier and if Ravana had won, அப்படின்னா Ravana will come back and take revenge on Indra. Hey, chariot வரை அமிச்சேன், you dastardly fellow, how dare you send the chariot? அப்படின்னு he would have come back. அதனால he was waiting to make sure that now definitely, most likely, probably Ravana is going to perish. அப்படின்னா now he is sending the chariot. முதல்ல அனுப்பலாம் போலியோ சோம்பேறி பையன் வாண்டாங்கிற. அப்போ கூட Rama says no need. அப்போ மாதிரி சொல்லணும், இல்லை எடுத்துக்கோங்க பரவாயில்ல, you must please get on to the chariot, it will be of great use to you. அப்படின்னு சரி ஓகே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு Rama goes around it and gets on to it. Ravana on the other hand, he gets up by somewhere, he gets up, where am I? Who am I? Where am I? என்ன சொன்னா, charioteer says you fell into a faint in the battlefield, so I brought you out now. Ravana கோவம் வந்துருது. How dare you do this kind of a deed? Will not the whole world now laugh at Ravana, saying Chichi, Ravana fled the battlefield in fear அப்படின்னு சொல்ல மாட்டாளா? What kind of a charioteer are you? அப்படின்னு சொன்னா, the charioteer said, this is my dharma, I am only doing my dharma. If you want to punish me, you can punish me. But if you punish me, you will have to drive your own chariot. There will be nobody left to charioteer you. He doesn't say that, but it was implied. He thought Ravana will understand that having 10 heads, he should understand it. என்ன சொன்னா, as a charioteer, my duty is to protect you. You fell down. If you are standing there, I would not remove it. Nana unamaattain. I did not arbitrarily remove the chariot from there when you are still fighting. You fell down into a faint. What should I do? Should I sit there, wait there until you are killed? Adanal I brought you out. This is what I have done. I have done what I have done is my duty. Into my heart's content, I have fulfilled my dharma. Now you do whatever you want with me. But even if you kill me, I will die with the knowledge that I have done my dharma. Abdin the charioteer says. Appo udane Ravana becomes very happy on listening to this explanation. He praises the charioteer variously and he says, all right, what you have done is correct. Come, let us go. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி வரான். இப்போ Rama has been fighting with Ravana very vigorously, but despite everything, he's not been able to make a big headway. Something or the other, this fellow seems to be undefeatable. No matter what he tries, he seems to be undefeatable. என்ன பண்றது? அப்படின்னு ततो युद्ध परिश्रान्तं समरे चिन्तया स्थितं रावणो जाग्रतो दृष्ट्वा युद्धाय समुपस्थितं दैवदैश्च समागम्य द्रष्टुमभ्यागतोरणम् उपागम्य ब्रवीत् रामम् अगस्त्यो भगवान् ऋषिः. Agastya Bhagavan comes there to the battlefield. Agastya has been watching the entire battlefield through his Jnana Drishti. Now seeing that the battle has reached an impasse, where neither party is able to get an advantage over the other. Now, Agastya comes there, seeing Rama exhausted, absorbed in the battlefield, exhausted in this fight with Ravana, and seeing that Ravana is once again approaching the battlefield, preparing for an encounter. And the Rethala, Agastya comes there and speaks to Rama. Rama Rama Mahabago Shrunuhyam Sanatanam Yena Sarvanareen Vatsa Samare Vijayishyasi. Hey Rama Rama Mahabaho Vatsa, my child Rama, listen, I'm going to tell you a great secret. If you listen to the secret, you'll be able to definitely and easily defeat your enemy on this battlefield. Yenadana Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarvashatru Vinashanam Jayabhagam Jape Nityam Akshayam Paramam Shivam. It is called Aditya Hridayam. Aditya Hridayam அப்படின்னா ஹிருதயம் அப்படின்னா ஹார்ட், ஆதித்யான சன், ஹார்ட் சன், சன்ஸ் ஹார்ட் அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம். சன் ஹார்ட், லிட்டரல் மீனிங் ஆதித்ய ஹிருதயம், சன் ஹார்ட். வாட் இஸ் தி ஹார்ட் அப்படின்னா, தி ஹார்ட் ஆஃப் த சன் என்னது அப்படின்னா, சாட்சாத் பகவான் ஸ்ரீமன் நாராயணா இஸ் த ஒன் ஹூ இஸ் ரிசைடிங் இன் தி ஹார்ட் ஆஃப் த சன். ஜெய சதா சவித்ரமண்டல மத்தியவர்த்தி நாராயணா சரசிஜாசனா சன்னிவிஷ்டா அப்படின்னு. கேயூரவான் மகரகுண்டலவான் கிரீட்டி ஹாரி ஹிரண்மய வபு திருத்த சங்கு சக்கரஹா அப்படின்னு the one who is worshipped in the சவித்ர மண்டலம். In சூரிய மண்டலத்தில் யாரை வர்ஷிப் பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னா, we do not need anybody to worship. If you want to worship, the Surya Bhagavan is enough. No need to go to any temples. Maha Acharyas, you know what they used to say? They used to say, there is no need for you to go to temple to worship. If you want to worship Bhagavan, Pratyaksha Surya Narayanan irkane solva. ஏன்னா சூரிய பகவான் இஸ் தேர் இல்லையா, ஃப்ரம் மார்னிங் டு ஈவினிங் 12 ஹவர்ஸுக்கு சார் எப்போ பாரு தர்ஷனம் கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்காரு, கான்ஸ்டன்ட்லி இஸ் கிவிங் தர்ஷன். ஏன்னா ஹூஸ் இன்சைட் இட் அப்படின்னா, இந்த சவித்ர மண்டல மத்திய ஆவர்த்தி, இந்த இன்னர் ஆர்ப் ஆஃப் த சன், ஹூ இஸ் ரிசைடிங்? சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீமன் நாராயணா இஸ் ரிசைடிங். நாராயணஹா அப்படின்னு சரசிதாசனா சீட்டட் அப்பான் இஸ் லோட்டஸ் சங்கச்சக்கர கதாபாணியா. Bhagavan Shriman Narayana is the heart and the soul of Aditya. He is the heart and the soul of all forms of energy. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால Aditya Hridayam is nothing but a worship of that Atma Swarupi Narayana, Bhagavan as the Atma present in the sun. As I will teach you that if you listen to this, if you learn this, then you will conquer all your adversaries in the battlefield. It will bring you victory. It will bring you freedom from all sarva mangala mangalyam sarva papa pranashanam chinta ashoka prashamanam ayurvardhanam uttamam. It will give you all auspiciousness. It will destroy all sins. It will destroy all your sorrow, your worries. It will give you long life and good health. இப்படி சொன்னாதான் எல்லாரும் சொல்லுவா இல்லையா, ஞானம் கொடுக்குன்னு சொன்னா அப்புறம் பாதி பேர் சொல்ல மாட்டான். It will give you ஞானா, it will give you moksha அப்படின்னா that's okay அப்படின்னு they will push it aside. And if you tell them it will give you long life, good, bring it on. Long life filled with health, even better அப்படின்னா எல்லாரும் சொல்லுவா, சரி சொல்லுவா. அதனால रश्मिमन्तं समुद्यन्तं देवासुरनमस्कृतं पूजयस्व विवस्वन्तं भास्करं भुवनेश्वरं सर्वदेवात्मको ह्येष तेजस्वी रश्मिभावनः एष देवासुरगणान् लोकान् वातिकमस्तिभिः एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवस्कन्दः प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रोदनदः कालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः पितरो वसवस्साद्य अश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वह्निः प्रजाप्राण ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः आदित्यः सविता सूर्यः खगः पूषा गमस्तिमान् सुवर्णसदृशो भानुः हिरण्यरेता दिवाकरः हरितश्च सहस्राक्षिः सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मतनः शम्भुः त्वष्टा मार्ताण्डकोंशुमान् हिरण्यगर्भः शिशिरः तपनो भास्करो रविः अग्निगर्भो अदिते पुत्रः शङ्खः शिशिरनाशनः व्योमनादस्तमो वेदी ऋग्यजुस्सामपारकः घनवृष्टिरपां मित्रो विन्ध्यवीथी प्लवङ्गमः आतपी मण्डली मृत्युगो पिङ्गलः सर्वतापनः कविर्विश्वो महातेजा रक्तः सर्वभवद्भवः नक्षत्रग्रहताराणाम् अधिपो विश्वभावनः तेजसामपि तेजस्वी द्वादशात्मन्नमोऽस्तु ते नमः पूर्वाय गिरये पश्चिमायाग्रये नमः ज्योतिर्गणानां पतये दिनाधिपतये नमः जयाय जयभद्राय हर्यश्वाय नमो नमः नमो नमः सहस्रांशो आदित्याय नमो नमः नमो उग्राय वीराय शारंगाय नमो नमः नमः पद्मप्रबोधाय मार्ताण्डाय नमो नमः ब्रह्मेशानच्युतेशाय सूर्याय आदित्यवर्चसे भास्वते सर्वभक्षाय रौद्राय वपुषे नमः तमोघ्नाय हिमघ्नाय शत्रुघ्नाय अमितात्मने कृतघ्नघ्नाय देवाय ज्योतिषां पतये नमः तप्तचामीकराभाय वह्नये विश्वकर्मणे नमस्तमो विनिघ्नाय रुचये लोकदाक्षिणे नाशयत्येष वैभूतं तदेव सजति प्रभुः पायत्येष तपत्येष वर्षत्येष गभस्तिभिः येष सुप्तेषु जागर्ति भूतेषु परिनिष्ठितः येष चैवाग्निहोत्रं च फलं चैवाग्निहोत्रिणां वेदाश्च कृतवश्चैव क्रतूनां फलमेव च यानि कृत्यानि लोकेषु सर्वेषु रविप्रभुः येन मापत्सु कृच्छ्रेषु कान्तारेषु भयेषु च कीर्तयन् पुरुषः कश्चिन् नावसीदति राघव पूजयस्वैनमेकाग्रो देवदेवं जगत्पतिम् एतत् त्रिगुणितं जप्त्वा युद्धेषु विजयिष्यसि अस्मिन् क्षणे महाबाहो रावणं त्वं वदिष्यसि. Obtain the glory of Surya Bhagavan, several names of Surya, each one of them is indicative of his qualities, of his attributes, of his actions, the good that he does to everybody. The Elartima Choli, all of those names of Surya are intoned. Agastya Bhagavan tells all of this to Rama and he says, Rama, worship the Lord of this universe with a concentrated mind. Utter this 3 times. If you utter this 3 times, then no matter where you are, you become successful, you become victorious. You'll be able to, Asmin Kshane, in this very moment itself, you'll be able to conquer Ravana. Agastya Bhagavan gives this Aditya Hridaya Stotram in Srimad Ramayana to Sri Ramachandra. Evamuktva tato Agastyo jagama jayatagatam. Having said this, Agastya returns whence he came. Yetha shrutva mahateja नष्टशोको भवत्तदा धारयामास सुप्रीतो राघव प्रयतात्मवान् आदित्यं प्रेक्ष्य जप्त्वा परं हर्षमवाप्तवान् त्रिराचम्य शुचिर्भूत्वा धनुराधार्य वीर्यवान्. Having heard this stotram from Agastya, Rama did Achamanam. He did Achamanam 3 times, worshipped the Lord Surya with concentrated mind. When he worshipped him, he immediately found all the exhaustion, fatigue, emotional, mental fatigue, physical fatigue, all of them disappear. He became re-energized, enthused once again, ready to fight with Ravana. Ravanam prekshya krishtatma yuddhaya samupagamat sarvayatnena mahata vritastasya vadho vade bhavat. Rama decided to once again prepare himself. He took his bow again, fixed his eyes on Ravana in order to kill him. Atharavi vadannirikshya ramam muditamanaha paramam pragishyamanaha nishicarapati samshayam viditva suragana madhyagato vachastvareti. On seeing Rama now re-energized and standing there with his bow and arrow in his hand, all the devas, everybody stood there and felt happy that they were very confident Ravana is going to be killed very soon. அதனால வச்சஸ்த்வரேதி துவரஹ அப்படி quick make haste அப்படின்னு they were encouraging Rama to kill Ravana அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இங்கே நிறுத்திக்கிறோம். We will stop here for today. Considering the speed with which we are going, we will give a break tomorrow. Janaki Kanta Smaranam Anjaneya Swami ki jai. Sarve Bhandhu Subhna Sarve Santu Ramya Sarve Putra Vishantu Vishantu Kular Bhule Tilokas Vistas Kilo Tilokas Vistas Kilo Tilokas Vistas Kilo Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Sai Shara